founder, creator of Tiffany Denise Fitness, lover of all things balance. And after losing over 90 pounds naturally, I am super passionate about helping others with busy lifestyles to lose weight and feel great. I hope y'all are having a terrific Thursday. Can you smell the weekend? I can. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me for day 2 of the Spring Clean Your Way to a Better You series. So tonight we're going to be talking about physical clutter and how it affects you and your life and what you can do about it. I want this series to be very practical. I think a lot of times we read a lot of personal development and things of that nature that really talk about things in metaphors, and I want to be very intentional to give you all some very practical steps that you can take now to clear out clutter and therefore live a healthier life, okay? Now, as always, you'll see me looking down. I took some real quick notes, so I will be referring to them just so I can stay on track and be professional. But did you know that your physical environment and your physical space is indeed a reflection of your internal mental state of being? I used to joke when I was in college that my closet would tell you exactly where my mental state of being was, and guess what? I was actually right. So anyway, clearing clutter is a lot deeper than just getting rid of excess junk, y'all. So I just want y'all to know that it is going to actually change your life, and I'm doing it myself as well. So we're going to be doing it together. Okay. So again, there's very much an interconnectedness between your clutter and your mental state. And there is also, and this one blew me away, y'all, there is also an interconnectedness between excess clutter and stuff and excess weight. And now that I think about it, when I was over 240 pounds, I did have a lot of clutter. I had all kinds of clutter. Y'all, I would save school assignments from college. What am I going to need them for? Like nothing. It was just random clutter. And so in the process of clearing clutter from your physical space, you're going to also find that you're going to feel more energized, literally, and you're probably going to shed some pounds without even trying, okay? So, but what I wanted to do this evening was to give you some simple tips on how to begin clearing clutter, because for many of us it is just simply overwhelming. We're working full-time jobs, we have families, we have things we need to do, some of us are in school, and the idea of just addressing clutter can be extremely overwhelming, especially if you have an all or nothing personality, which I do. It's a struggle. Okay, so what I wanted to do is give you my top 4 tips for clearing clutter out of your space. I'm actually implementing these this month as part of Lent. I'm trying to get rid of clutter, and it's a process. It's not going to happen overnight, but here are some ways that you can begin to clear clutter and therefore feel a whole lot better and have more energy. Okay? And let me just say this. A lot of times people reach out to me to get help with, weight loss, and I am super passionate about that. But what I found is a lot of people want quick fixes, and, that's not my jam. It's not healthy if you say you want to lose 30 pounds in a month. Really? That's super unhealthy. But you can lose a whole lot of clutter in a short amount of time. So I thought that was really cool to think about it from that viewpoint. A lot of people want to lose a lot of weight, which is like literal body clutter, but you can lose a lot of clutter in a short amount of time, okay, and it's totally safe. All right. Now, first of all, I do want you to ask yourself, what type of clutterer are you? So let me share with you the type of clutterer that I am. I do not like to see clutter in my vision, okay? So if you come into my house, if you walk in the living room, you look in the kitchen, you're not going to see clutter. However, I am the type of person that if something is out of sight, it's out of mind. So I had to, for instance, earlier this week, I had to clear out one of my drawers in my nightstands. So what I was doing was when I would actually fly, I knew that they were going to check my purse, right? And I knew I needed to get excess papers and randomness out of my big old purse. And I carry big old purses because sometimes I like to throw shoes or whatever in them. So I need to have enough space. So what I would do, instead of sorting all that, I would just take all of that when I was getting ready to get on the airplane, throw it in the bottom drawer of one of my nightstands and forget about it. Okay? Because I wasn't going in there. And so recently I had to go through and was like, what is all this junk? Because the physical clutter is affecting your energy regardless of whether you can see it or not. Let's be clear. And so I had to go through that drawer and clean it out. And y'all, it only took 10 minutes. So we're going to be implementing a lot of small things that are going to have big results, okay? So here are my... Oh, I'm sorry. There are some other types of clutterers, y'all. I'm trying to jump to these points. So you could be a clutterer where everything is out of sight, it's out of mind, so no one can see your clutter. Or you could be a clutterer that you just have stuff everywhere. Like literally, you moved somewhere like 5 years ago and you still have, you know, boxes around that need to be unpacked. I'm sorry, my phone. There we go. So you could, you know, you could be a candidate for hoarders. I mean, that's another type of clutterer. So there's different types, but these tips are going to work for all types, okay? So let me jump into my top 4 tips for clearing clutter. Now I invite you to join me in this challenge and start doing this tomorrow, okay? All right. Tip number 1. This is what I've been doing, and y'all, it's actually, it's working surprisingly. For us, all or nothing type of personalities, what you need to do and what I am doing is clearing one small thing of clutter a day. So like I gave the example of the nightstand drawer. Cleared that out, it took 10 minutes, okay? Let me give you a few other examples of small clutter that you can clear each day, okay? So Monday through Friday, clear one small area of clutter each day. Should take you no more than 10 minutes, and we've all got at least 10 minutes, okay? Let me give you some examples. Drawers, which I mentioned. Socks without matches. Do you have socks that have no matches somewhere? Throw them away. Why are they there? They're just clutter. Throw those socks away, y'all. Throw them away. Old electronics. Like, why are you holding on to that BlackBerry from 2008? Get rid of it. There are places that will actually pay you for old electronics, or you can donate them to worthy causes. So get rid of old electronics. Why would you have it? Especially if they're broken. Get it out of your house, okay? Get it out. There is no need for that. You're not using it, and it's just taking up space. And that doesn't take that long. Books you'll never read. This was something that I had to do. I was holding on to books from like graduate school. For what? There was no need for me to have books from graduate school. I promise you, I don't care about reading Durkheim again. So I got rid of those books. And again, y'all, guess what? You can sell those books. There are places that will actually pay you money for those books. Or you could donate them to your local library. I know the Benjamin Hook's library, the Central Library, they have a used bookstore there. You can donate books to them. So get rid of those books, y'all. They're just taking up space. If you're never going to read them again, get rid of them. Why do you have them? Okay. Food. Go through your refrigerator and check all those drawers. Make sure there's not something in there that's like moldy or that you're not going to eat or whatever, get rid of it. Clean out your refrigerator, y'all. Your refrigerator is holding your nutrition, and you want it to be nice, neat, and clean, okay? So go through that, as well as your spices. Sometimes we buy all these exotic spices, guilty, and you don't really use them. And so they just sit in the cabinet. They expire. They're not going to last forever. So go through your spices, and this will not take you that long. Go through your spices and get rid of the old ones that have expired or those that you are not going to use. Get rid of them. Clean it up. Okay? Again, won't take that long. Here's another one. This one is not so much physical clutter, but voicemail. A lot of us don't check our, cell phone voicemails as often anymore because there was this thing that they invented called text messaging. So anyway, them voicemails, they can like really stack up. Go through your voicemails, clean them out. Do that, y'all, at least a couple times a week, and that also will ensure you don't miss an important phone call, okay? But keep that inbox clutter-free. Another thing is mail. I know a lot of us get a lot of things electronically, but there are still some things that come in the mail, and mail can stack up really quickly. A lot of times people are sending like promotional stuff in the mail, coupons, randomness. Maybe you get in other folks' mail. That happens a lot to me for some reason. And so anyway, that stuff can stack up. Now, go through it, weed out what you don't want. But here's a tip moving forward. Moving forward, every day, just address your mail. Get your mail and throw away and shred what you don't need, and then keep what you do need. Like, take care of it every day, because that stuff can stack up really quickly. Okay, what else? Oh, here's another one, and I don't have this issue, but I have, for whatever reason, past, I guess, month or so, I have been in spaces where people have dead plants. Why do you have dead plants? Like, that's not good energy for your house if your plant is dead. Get rid of any dead plants that you might have in your house, y'all. That's not a healthy environment. Get rid of it, and it's not going to take you that long to get rid of it, okay? All right. So those are just some examples of something that you can do each day, Monday through Friday. Now, here is my second tip, okay? Second tip is to pick one project to do on the weekends, okay? So, for instance, closet organization. Ugh. Anyway, yeah, I've actually got to take care of mine this weekend. Closet organization is something that's going to take you longer than 10 minutes, so therefore it would not, fit into that daily clutter clearing activity that's going to take 10 minutes or less. Okay, so what I recommend doing is scheduling, because this is going to be a priority, right? Schedule your priorities, okay? Scheduling a time to do it on the weekend when you don't have to work or whatever, or whenever you have time, depending upon your schedule and handling your business. So go ahead and schedule those big projects for the weekend or whenever you have more time off of work or something, and take care of them. I don't recommend more than 3 a month, because that can get overwhelming. And so you don't want to think that every single weekend you have a project. I recommend maybe every other weekend. If you are super ambitious and just ready to get all the clutter out so you can drop all the weight and have more energy and just feel better, go for it every weekend. Like, more power to you. But I recommend maybe every other weekend scheduling something as extreme as closet organization. And FYI, there are so many different ways to organize your closet. And one really cool resource that I found that has been helpful is Instagram. I don't know if y'all are on Instagram, but I am, and I love it. And you can literally use the hashtag closet organization and see all different types of closet organization tips, y'all. So anyway, that is tip number 2. Schedule your big projects to clear clutter, like closet organization, for a time when you have, more free time, usually on the weekends, and do it probably every other week, because you don't want to get overwhelmed. Because getting overwhelmed leads to procrastination and then stuff not getting done. And we don't want that, okay? All right, tip number 3. Now, this is a tip that's kind of like, more so like, how can I keep my home clutter free? Because sometimes we have a lot of just housework that needs to be done, and then it stacks up, and so then that can lead to clutter. So here's a cool tip that I started using actually, I think in December, and it's been really helpful. So every day after dinner, set a timer, or you don't have to set a timer, but clean for 20 minutes. Just put stuff away, straighten up, clean up just for 20 minutes, because you don't want to spend like your entire life cleaning. But 20 minutes, you can play, like what I usually do is I'm like, okay, I'm going to play 4 songs, which will be about, 20 minutes, and I'm going to clean for those 4 songs. So that is a helpful tip that you can utilize to keep your space tidy and clean. Okay? And the last tip that I have for you all on how to get started on your spring cleaning, clutter clearing journey is to learn to say no. You're probably like, Tiffany, what are you talking about? How is that relative to the topic? Let me tell you, people want to always give you like free stuff that you don't need. Like, if you don't need it, do not accept it. Just say no. Sometimes people are trying to get rid of stuff, and they're like, hey, do you want this? No, I don't. I don't want clutter. You don't want it, and I don't want it. Now, I'm not saying if they have something that you seriously need, don't take it, but I'm saying learn to say no. Just because it's free doesn't mean you need it. And also, just because it's on sale at TJ Maxx doesn't mean you need it. Quit buying all that little cheap stuff that adds up to clutter, because it clogs up your energy flow for your house and your body. Okay? So, I think I covered all my tips. I was trying to keep it under 20 minutes, and I think I did a pretty decent job. So, I would love for you all to join me over the next month on this clutter clearing challenge. Make sure that if you haven't already done so, subscribe to my Facebook Live notification so that you can catch me the next time. This is a series on spring cleaning, and we're going to be discussing clearing clutter, mind, body, soul, and environment, because they are all interconnected, and this is going to leave us a better version of ourselves. So you all have a wonderful evening. I am starving, so I'm about to get off here and go grab dinner. Thank you for tuning in, and I will catch y'all here soon. So make sure you subscribe for my live notifications. Have a great evening.